everybody, welcome to another exciting video today on Strict Blog. In today's video we will talk about some top famous celebrities house tour. Number 1 on the list is Jennifer Lopez.
With rumors of high-profile couple Jennifer Lopez and Alex Rodriguez calling off their engagement, I can't help but think of the luxury properties they own together. While the pair says they're staying together to make things work, if they do decide to part ways, they'll have some multi-million-dollar real estate to divvy up. But long before A-Rod, J-Lo was already building her collection of mansions from Beverly Hills to Miami and everywhere in between. You might not believe all of the epic homes she's owned in the past and present. In these videos, we don't reveal any addresses, and even though I've done a house tour of my own place, please do not show up at any private residences because it's not safe for anyone. Jennifer Lopez, even better known as J-Lo, is an actress, singer, dancer, fashion designer, producer, and more, who rose to fame in the 90s when she starred as Selena. She was the first Latin actress to earn over $1 million for a film, later becoming the highest paid Latin actress in Hollywood. Between all her endeavors, from movies to albums to business ventures and more, the woman has built herself an empire and then some. J-Lo has been previously ranked by Forbes as the most powerful celebrity in the world, and her current estimated net worth is at about $400 million or more. However, she doesn't plan on stopping there. At the end of 2020, when Lopez was teasing the launch of her skincare line J-Lo Beauty, the star claimed she was just gonna keep adding on to her sources of income, because why not? While she says the skincare line is a lifelong dream, she's added that just because she's working on one empire doesn't mean she won't start building 3 or even 4 more, explaining, why can't we build not one multi-billion-dollar business but 3 or 4? And after her and A-Rod bought their most recent property, a $40 million estate on the exclusive Star Island in Miami, it seems the sky's the limit. While the couple spent a lot of time shacking up in A-Rod's Miami estate before buying the swapper together, J-Lo also had her very own beachfront home in Miami she bought back in 2002. Jenny from the block has come a long way since her days growing up in the Bronx with her family, so let's check out the lap of luxury she's been living in more recently. Hey guys, it's Kara the Vampire Slayer, and I'm bringing you another house tour here on Famous Entertainment. Be sure to hit that subscribe button and ring that bell. We post a new video daily. While we reported on the homes of Jennifer Lopez in the past and the home she owns with her man Alex Rodriguez, with rumors that they might break up, I figured we could check out the real estate J-Lo owns and which one of her properties she might choose to live. You know, if she finds herself solo again. On this channel, we talk about celebrity houses, but if you want to know about stuff like J-Lo's famous green dress or her 5 engagement rings, head on over to our other channel, Famous Fashion, where myself and some other hosts are reporting on all things celebrity fashion and expensive items. As always, don't forget to follow me on Instagram to chat, and now, let's get into this video. Before we hop into the luxury properties J-Lo owned after she made it big, let's see how it all started. A world away from the glitz and glamour she's now living, Jenny from the block lived with her family in Castle Hill, a residential neighborhood in the Bronx, New York. Her childhood home was just a tiny apartment, but the Lopez family soon upsized into a larger residence for the growing family. The upgrade was a 2-story home, a big deal for the family back then. J-Lo spent most of her younger years in this home with her parents and 2 sisters. This house in the Bronx was a humble 1,500 square feet and had 2 beds and 3 bathrooms, so J-Lo shared a bedroom with her sisters. While she had little space to herself, the fam had all the amenities they needed to live, like a cozy kitchen and a living room. These days, the size of her childhood home is likely more comparable to one of her bedrooms. Oh, and I was right. Even this first mansion J-Lo bought in Miami, which she owned from 2002 to 2005, had a master suite spanning a sprawling 1,000 square feet alone. That's just 500 square foot less than her childhood house. Lopez bought this home for an undisclosed amount, and it sat on 1.2 acres of waterfront land overlooking Biscayne Bay. Palm trees added to the privacy of the estate, and the Spanish-style home boasted 12,000 square feet inside. Her first beachfront mansion had 7 beds and 13 baths with large formal rooms to entertain guests. There was an elevator as well as an elegant spiral staircase in the entryway with iron banisters, while a living room had plush sofas, stone floors, and a neutral color scheme, which J-Lo seems to love. Her Miami house was full of amenities, including a theater, wine cellar, and a water purifier for the entire residence. The kitchen was also decked out with neutral colors like most of the home, and had a large island and exposed beams, along with top-grade appliances. Nearby, the grand dining room overlooked the grounds of the mansion, with arched windows, and there was a medieval-style chandelier hanging overhead. That master suite I was talking about? Well, the 1,000 square feet was the result of 3 bedrooms combined into one, and J-Lo could enjoy her own private features here, like an office, terrace, gym, and ensuite bath. Outside, her Miami property had a 60-foot-long meter-long swimming pool and spa, a surrounding deck made of coral stone, a cabana, and an insane outdoor kitchen. All this was attached to a dock and 200 feet of waterfront on the bay. While JLo only lived here a few years, it came in handy as this was her retreat after her breakup with Ben Affleck. Years later, after JLo divorced Mark Anthony in 2014, she went on a bit of a real estate shopping spree, and one spot she purchased was this penthouse in Manhattan, just for over $20 million. The spacious 6,500 square foot unit takes up the entire top floor of the Whitman and boasts its own private elevator, naturally. Although JLo was trying to part with the penthouse in 2017 and later relisted it in 2019, it has since mysteriously been removed from the market, so there's reason to believe she still owns it. The main living space in her Manhattan penthouse has oak floorboards and towering 12-foot tall ceilings. The airy living room boasts a skylight and French doors to a terrace overlooking Madison Square Park. There are 2 levels in this abode, as well as 15 rooms and 4 bedrooms. The master suite is accessed through a separate staircase shared with a media lounge and has access to another terrace. Other features of the master suite include a private dressing room and 2 en-suites, one with a crystal chandelier and 2-person soaking tub. Among the multiple casual sitting areas at the center of the penthouse's lower level is an open-plan kitchen and dining room with snack bar. This spot even has a massive 3,000 square feet of outdoor space when you combine the terraces and an additional putting green, which is unique for New York City. However, monthly bills for living here at about $20K per month, so thank goodness JLo can afford that. Another major property JLo still owns is her French-inspired mansion in Bel Air, which she purchased for $20 million back in 2016, and this home is a thing of beauty. Spanning 14,000 square feet, this estate has 7 beds and 13 baths, and it's the perfect place to entertain. There are epic amenities like its own pub, 100-person outdoor amphitheater, and 2 guest cottages on the property. The grounds are full of natural gardens and have a jungle vibe, including a bamboo forest, vineyard, and covered bridge connecting different spaces. All of the greenery adds even more privacy to the already exclusive estate, which covers 2.3 acres in total. Interiors are relaxed but still with all the best features like high ceilings, floor-to-ceiling windows, and exposed beams. There are rooms like a wood-paneled library, multiple offices for JLo to run her empire, and even a massage room to relax. The kitchen is full of light, boasting atrium windows and a long island. Her master suite here is the best of the 7 in the home, naturally, and there's a fireplace, terrace, and canopy bed. There are also a ton of add-ons outside to keep JLo's kids occupied, including a games room and outside a mini golf course. My favorite part of the home might just be the pools. Not only is there a gorgeous infinity-edged pool out back, complete with a spa and fountain, elsewhere there's also a private man-made lagoon. So we've looked at a handful of JLo's homes she owns all to herself, but if she and A-Rod do make it through this rough patch, they won't need to divide up their most recent real estate investment. Let's not forget they can still enjoy this 14,000 square foot Star Island mega mansion together. The 2 purchased this mega estate for a whopping $40 million just last year, and it's located on Star Island, Miami's most exclusive and super private enclave full of celebrity neighbors and business tycoons. The gorgeous mansion boasts 10 beds, 12 baths, 100-foot wooden dock, and nearly an acre of outdoor space. Other features inside the mansion include everything from an elevator to wine room to multiple family rooms, most spaces with amazing views to Biscayne Bay and the Miami skyline. Luxury interiors boast big arch windows and antique fireplaces like this one in the living room. But that's not nearly all JLo and A-Rod have here. Outside, the resort-style grounds have an amazing infinity pool and spa, a covered cabana and bar, and a guest house. So I'm gonna bring this house tour to an end here. We looked at Jennifer Lopez's properties, well, a few of them anyways, including some options she still owns should she and A-Rod actually call it quits. There's her New York City penthouse, her Bel Air mansion, and more. So which was your fave? Mine is hands down her Bel Air spa. Something about the natural style in the gardens and features outside make it unique. And if the power couple J-Rod does stay together, they've got their $40 million estate on Star Island to occupy. At over 14,000 square feet, they can still even get their space from one another inside the home if they get in a fight. Anyways, let me know your fave JLo home down in the comments.
Number 2 on the list is Kim Kardashian.
Kim Kardashian is in an inspired mood, so word is that she's working on 2 new mansions for herself with a pair of top-notch architects. Following her divorce from Kanye West, the mom of four is building an estate that looks like a huge spaceship on a $6.3 million piece of land in Palm Springs, as well as a second vacation property in a secret lakeside location. While she's maintained her $60 million Hidden Hills marital home, which is known for its minimal aesthetic, it's been a while since Kim's expanded her real estate portfolio. In these videos, we don't reveal any addresses, and even though I've done a house tour of my own place, please do not show up at any private residences because it's not safe for anyone. Kim Kardashian and her 4 children have been living happily in the one-of-a-kind mansion she and her ex-husband Kanye bought in 2014. After an additional $20 million in 7 years spent on renovating the crib into a place which is unrecognizable, it's rumored to be worth at least $60 million. While Kim has no plans to move on from her 3.5-acre minimalistic modern property, she does have plans to build her family some more vacation homes. When she was recently interviewed by Vogue, Kim revealed she was so inspired by the decorating process of her main home with Kanye that now she's putting that towards 2 new properties, one in Palm Springs and one in a secret waterfront location. Hey guys, it's Kara the Vampire Slayer back with another exclusive house tour here on Famous Entertainment. This one looking at what Kim Kardashian has in store for her new properties. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit me up on Instagram to chat. Now let's get into this video. Let's take a look at what Kim has in the works for her new homes. Before she and Kanye divorced, they bought a piece of land in Palm Springs, California, which she kept and is now continuing the process of building on it. Documents reveal that she has filed a permit to construct a mansion on the piece of land, which resembles a giant modern spaceship, reportedly boasting features like an upscale pool and spa. The land cost $6.3 million, and Kim has plans to drop more millions on her bachelorette pad, applying for the permit in November 2021, only weeks before she filed to officially drop West from her name. This sketch for Kim's new home in Palm Springs show it's shaped like a triangle with round edges and a hole in the center of it, also with 2 floors throughout. Kim has described this estate as concrete, gray-toned, and really zen. On the other hand, Kengo Kuma, who designed the national stadium for the 2020 Tokyo Olympics, has been hired to create Kim's glass and wood lake house in a secret location, one that the star is rumored to visit to celebrate the 4th of July every year. Kim and her ex Kanye bought the desert land in the town of La Quinta in the Coachella Valley back in 2019, and it lies on the same street where Kim's mom, Kris Jenner, has her luxury vacation home. In fact, the Kardashians seem to be taking over this exclusive area in La Quinta. Kim's sisters, Kylie and Kourtney, also own vacation homes down the street, with Kourtney purchasing her abode in summer of 2021. Kim's lavish Palm Springs spot is just over 5 miles from Empire Polo Club, where Coachella takes place every year, and her property is said to be situated on a golf course surrounded by views of the mountains and trees. Kim has said she's inspired and can't get enough of home design after how she and Kanye had decorated their famed Hidden Hills mansion, and she'll use a similar minimal style in her new homes. The recent feature Kim did with Vogue also gives fans a glimpse into her main Hidden Hills residence she purchased with Kanye back in 2014, and has been the subject of intrigue and criticism since they offered a look at the uniquely revamped interiors in 2018. The former couple collaborated with famous designer and architect Axel Vervoort to create the nearly all-white and minimalistic home, which Kanye once called a futuristic Belgian monastery. Since they completely overhauled their 15,667 square foot mega mansion, it became one of the most unique and somewhat cold celebrity homes we've ever seen. There are reportedly 8 beds, 10 baths, and 8 fireplaces throughout, or something along those lines. The home is excessively open concept with nearly no doors to be found anywhere. There is also a room with a piano, which I think is supposed to be the living room. There is only one small couch here and a nude statue. Her dining room is more suitable for entertaining guests, fitted with an entirely cream color scheme that runs across the walls, flooring, and the round table and chairs. Kim's kitchen boasts a sprawling island perfect for food prep, along with a huge range of chef-grade stainless appliances, and the open concept remains. nearly all the same neutral shade aside from the appliances. There's even a massive and deep pantry to store all the snacks and a legitimate walk-in industrial fridge. In case you're wondering, Kim has both a for-show kitchen and a staff kitchen. Kim's master bedroom boasts an all-beige theme with giant bed and room for all 4 of her kids to come and cuddle, while there's also a 130-inch TV that comes out from the floorboards. The room flows right into the massive master bath, which has a full view of the greenery in the yard, almost looking like a tropical jungle. Not to mention the master closet now looks like a showroom. We first saw it when Kanye lived here and used it for his Yeezy fashion apparel, but these days that same room seems to have been replaced with Kim's brand Skims apparel. Now back to the master bath, which has been the focus of much attention. This space boasts a whole ceiling used as a light box, while the walls are all glass. The tub was custom designed and big enough to fit the entire family, while the other end of the sprawling space boasts a glass-walled shower. You may even catch Kim standing inside here fully clothed. The sinks in here are basically famous because they confused everybody who caught a glimpse of them. As you may know now, the sinks have these drains that don't look like drains, but as Kim explained, there's a slit for the water to go in. Outside the house on 3.5 acres, there were originally 2 swimming pools, 2 spas, and their own vineyard. However, Kim and Kanye opted to trade the 2 pools in and minimize the space with just 1 massive swimming pool. Since they didn't find a jacuzzi they liked, they decided to just heat the entire pool to a warm temperature. Kim may be building 2 new homes, but she's not done with this one either. She reportedly has plans to add multiple structures, including an underground vault, subterranean parking with an attached wellness center, and a detached guardhouse, a source explained. Though the home began as the couple's shared vision, it now feels very Kim. Virtually every room rendered in the monochromatic palette that has become her signature. From the Skims she designs, to the Balenciaga she consistently wears, down to the car she owns, a Maybach, Rolls-Royce, and Lamborghini SUV, all in the exact same shade of gray. Well, now we've looked at what Kim Kardashian seems to have in store for her new properties, so that about wraps up this house tour. Just gonna have to wait and see the changes that she's making on her main Hidden Hills residence, as well as what her 2 new vacation mansions will look like. I, for one, am curious to see this spaceship-style property she has in the works. Be sure to let me know your thoughts on Kim's properties down in the comments.
Number 3 on the list is Kylie Jenner and Travis Scott.
As you likely know, Kylie Jenner and Travis Scott have just welcomed their latest bundle of joy into the world. Their son Wolf was introduced on February 6, 2022 on Kylie's Instagram. Prior to his arrival, Kylie had shown pics of the nursery that was in the works for their son, likely located at her stunning Holmby Hills mansion. When they aren't living in Kylie's main residence, Travis owns his own properties in Brentwood, while they co-own a $13.5 million Beverly Hills house together too. In these videos, we don't reveal any addresses, and even though I've done a house tour of my own place, please do not show up at any private residences because it's not safe for anyone. Kylie Jenner is a media personality, model, businesswoman, and more who rose to fame on the reality series Keeping Up with the Kardashians alongside her family. Not to mention that she's the founder of cosmetic company Kylie Cosmetics and has expanded her brand since. Despite selling the majority of Kylie Cosmetics, she's still behind product development and marketing, and her net worth is now estimated around $700 million. Her partner, Travis Scott, is a rapper, and he's amassed an estimated $50 million himself. The couple owns a stunning property portfolio with plenty of home options to raise their newborn son, Wolfen, alongside their daughter Stormy. Hey guys, it's Kara the Vampire Slayer back with another exclusive house tour here on Famous Entertainment. This one looking at where Kylie Jenner and Travis Scott call home. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and follow me on Instagram to chat. Now let's get into this video. Of course, Kylie spends most of her time at her $36.5 million compound in Holmby Hills, which is likely where Stormy and baby Wolf now pass most of their days too. We know the girl loves her real estate, but this resort-style spot is the largest property in Kylie's portfolio thus far. spanning over 15,300 square feet of space, along with 4 separate guest houses and a 24-hour guardhouse with full bath and full kitchen. The mansion is located in the exclusive neighborhood of Holmby Hills, Los Angeles, which is in the western area of LA. It's bordered by Beverly Hills on the east and Bel Air to the north, with Sunset Boulevard being the main strip nearby. In fact, Holmby Hills is home to the iconic Playboy Mansion and is of course home to many other celebrities too. The main mansion boasts 7 beds and 14 baths over a single level, with an open plan layout, soaring ceilings, and massive walls of retractable glass to connect the indoors and outdoors. The amenities at Kylie's pad are endless, with multiple bars and games rooms, as well as a massive indoor home theater and an outdoor projection screen. The main courtyard and infinity pool are located at the center of the property, and most of the common rooms open right up to the space as well. Elsewhere, there's a gym, a spa, modern fire pit, basketball court, and multiple terraces. Kylie gave fans a behind-the-scenes look at the nursery she had in the works for her son Wolf at the end of 2021. She teased what the new playroom would look like over on her Instagram stories, which is most likely located in her main Holmby Hills abode. The nursery was unfinished at the time, but Kylie was proud to show off the work in progress, which displayed a beige-colored room that was still bare and being constructed. The star looked around the room and showed carved-out shapes in the walls, seeing the supplies and workbench in the background. There were also shelves being built, most likely to display toys or other things for Wolf, while on the left side of the room there was a cutout on a raised platform, perhaps for the crib or bed. Either way, the room was large and will give Kylie and Travis's son plenty of space. Over in the Brentwood neighborhood of LA, Travis has his own oasis, yet another option for the young family to spend their days at. Just last year, the rapper dropped over $23 million in this unique home that looks like a yacht and is wrapped in smooth sheet metal. The mansion is huge, clocking in at 16,700 square feet of ultra-modern house with 7 beds and 11 baths and a generous outdoor area spanning an acre of land. Some of the many features at Travis's home include a lounge deck, a 75-foot-long glass-tiled infinity pool, a Japanese Zen garden, and 300-tree fruit orchard. Inside the home is full of open spaces with high ceilings and luxury add-ons like a live green wall that acts as a natural air purifier and a single great room with full bar, fireplace, and multiple seating and dining areas. The mega estate is at the end of a remote street below street level, and the driveway actually slopes down the mansion's roof, while the roof has parking spaces for 15 cars on its own. Definitely a one-of-a-kind type of design. Other amenities at Travis's home include a home theater, 3 custom designed bars, a glass elevator, and an impressive master retreat with dedicated lounge areas. Back in 2018, Kylie and Travis also split the bill for a property in Beverly Hills, which they continue to co-own together. This modern abode cost the couple $13.5 million, and it's located within the Beverly Hills Post Office neighborhood of LA, an area that values seclusion and upscale living. Listing materials claim this 1.1-acre property is one of the most private compounds you could find, and only minutes from the prestigious Beverly Hills Hotel. The gated residence is contemporary yet warm and offers a separate guest house on the grounds with its own kitchen, living room, bedroom, and bath. Inside the main mansion, the home spans over 9,600 square feet of space with 7 bedrooms, 10 baths, and a handful of perfectly decorated living spaces. Built back in the 1970s, the property was once upon a time owned by actress Louise Curry, but received a huge renovation quite recently, making the house fit for modern times. It also gave the Beverly Hills spread more of a contemporary aesthetic. The boxy exterior opens into a double-height foyer, which leads into the open-plan living spaces. The living room, dining room, family room, and kitchen all open via glass walls to outdoor spaces with the ideal indoor-outdoor flow. The living room is cozy and chic with European oak floors and a fireplace, while the chef's kitchen offers top-of-the-line appliances, oversized center island, and attached breakfast room with lounge seating area. Not to mention, there's a bonus outdoor breakfast area. The luxurious master suite is definitely a selling point, spanning about 2,300 square feet alone, with both city and ocean views. There are his and hers baths for Travis and Kylie, as well as oversized dressing rooms for each. Other features on this level of the mansion include a separate gym and massage room, sitting room, and a private office. Elsewhere, there's a movie theater, wine room, library, and an extra den. And out back, there are even more amenities. The large lake pool and spa seems to cover most of the yard space, while the surrounding patio makes for a great area to lounge or entertain. The landscaping is also second to none at this crib, not only offering beautiful gardens, but thick walls of trees and greenery that make for a ton of extra privacy. So now we've looked at the homes of Kylie Jenner and Travis Scott, as well as the nursery that Kylie had in the works for their newborn son, Wolf. I'm sure it's only a matter of time before we see more of the newly designed space. After checking out a few of the young couple's homes, which was your favorite? Be sure to let me know your pick down in the comments.
Number 4 on the list is Lady Gaga.
In November 2021, it was reported that Lady Gaga sold one of her properties, her Hollywood Hills house, that formerly belonged to quirky musician Frank Zappa. She sold the estate for almost $6.5 million to Elizabeth or Lizzie Jagger. At the time, Gaga mainly lives in her massive $22 million compound in Malibu, California, which she dubbed the Gypsy Palace, and it boasts 10,000 square feet of space, along with luxury features and access to the coveted Zuma Beach. In these videos, we don't reveal any addresses, and even though I've done a house tour of my own place, please do not show up at any private residences because it's not safe for anyone. Stephanie Germanotta, much better known as Lady Gaga, is a singer, songwriter, and actress who is noted for her versatility in music, as well as her bold fashion in reinventing her image. The New York native began performing as a teen, acting in school plays, and showing up to open mic nights as well. While she didn't rise to fame until she was older, in 2007, her debut album was a hit, and the rest, well, that was history. Now, the multi-Grammy winning star has sold well over 124 million records and is one of the highest earning female musicians of the 2010s. Not to mention, Gaga has a whopping net worth of about $150 million. While she's always loved her home of New York City, these days Gaga prefers to spend her time off unwinding at her Malibu spread. Hey guys, it's Kara back with another exclusive house tour here on Famous Entertainment, and in this one, we're looking at the homes of superstar Lady Gaga. Don't forget to like, hit that subscribe button if you haven't, and follow me on Instagram to chat. Now let's get into this video. In November 2021, Gaga offloaded one of her properties for $6.5 million to Lizzie Jagger. This crib was located in the Hollywood Hills neighborhood of Los Angeles, and it used to be long owned by musician Frank Zappa. He bought the unique compound back in the 1970s, spending just over $75,000. Imagine that. Over the next 20 or so odd years, up until his passing in 1993, he lived here with his family. The half-acre property boasted a Tudor-style main residence with an attached apartment, ideal for staff, as well as two separate guest houses, both designed differently than the main home. The guest houses are modern, while the main house is inspired by old world charm and features. Inside the property spans 6,759 square feet of space with 7 beds and 6 baths, not including the bonus guest houses. The amusing features in the home include an entryway and door that looks like something out of the Shire. Fellow Lord of the Rings fans, you'll know what I mean. There's also an interesting wood-paneled lounge covered in quirky decoration. The home has many rooms covered in colorful yet charming wallpaper designs, while other spaces, like a hallway with black and white checkerboard tiled floors and a modern bathroom with standalone tub set beneath an arch, are more elegant. Elsewhere on the estate, there were not one but 2 recording studios, a feature that Gaga definitely like, one of which was called the Utility Muffin Research Kitchen by Zappa himself. In fact, Gaga recorded some of her album Chromatica here. The property also offers a 2-level art gallery, windows straight off of a vintage submarine, a rooftop tennis court, a greenhouse, stunning gardens, and a swimming pool. Gaga purchased the home for about $5.3 million in 2015 and said at the time the estate was very special and magical, and claimed she would restore it while also leaving it the way it was. Since Gaga sold it in an off-market deal, we unfortunately can't see photos of the upgrades the star may have made to the place. So that house was very historic and cool, but Lady Gaga's main residence is something else altogether. After years of renting homes, she decided to put down some roots, purchasing a sprawling Malibu compound compound in 2014 for a whopping $22.5 million. The mega mansion overlooks the stunning Zuma Beach, and of course, her home has some of the best ocean views. Covering 6 acres of land, Gaga's sprawling property has features like a guest cottage, a saltwater infinity pool and hot tub, as well as rose garden. Gaga is also known to be a fan of horses, and a lot of the grounds are dedicated to her. There's a barn with 8 stalls along with a tack and feed room, a large riding arena, 4 grass pens, 2 large grazing pastures, and riding trails. Her massive Malibu home is one of a kind, covering over 10,000 square feet of space inside. She's even given the home a name, and Gaga said, "This is my sanctuary, my oasis of peace. I call it my gypsy palace." The build of Gaga's home blends in with the landscape, like the rolling hills and the open air. The main mansion is 2 floors with 1-story wings to the right. Inside, there are common spaces with soaring ceilings and room to entertain, boasting rustic furniture, hardwood floors, and exposed beams. Gaga's spacious kitchen is full of modern updates like the appliances, but it mixes high-end accents, such as the counters, with more rustic touches, and there are also French doors to outside. The formal dining room is connected to a classy living room thanks to the open plan layout, and in this living room, there are beamed ceilings, classic chandeliers, and a fireplace. If that's not enough, a separate den or family room is in its own retreat, separated from the common spaces that we just looked at, yet it still offers views of the coast. To really take advantage of the location, Gaga can step outside to her wood-themed sunroom, or even better, to her private master suite terrace overlooking the ocean. Here, there's patio seating for 4 and a plush daybed. The star's master retreat also offers 2 fireplaces, a full gym, his and hers bathrooms with heated stone flooring, a custom safe room, and double walk-in closets. The mansion is just 3 bedrooms, which is strange for a house so huge. Gaga even reportedly converted bedrooms into space for her wardrobe. In her room full of clothes, she has plenty of custom designs like a cape from Alexander McQueen and pieces from Versace. In a separate chamber, she said she has racks upon racks of leather and feathers and sequins and a lot of black. Her dressing room even has its own fridge inside. The star also loves pink and thinks it to be a relaxing color for her. So, of course, the Malibu home is full of the shade, including a pink sofa and giant pink rug, to name a few. The previous owner of the mansion was Dan Romanelli, who was part of the Warner Brothers team and worked on all of the Batman merch. So, when he built the home in 2005, he added a Batcave lair. This special lair is accessed through a secret door and passageway in the living room and includes an 800-bottle wine cellar, home movie theater and bar, even a 2-lane bowling alley. That has gotta be the coolest part of the house. Considering Gaga has her beautiful Malibu palace, she doesn't need much else. In 2016, though, she did want to spend some time in her hometown of New York City, renting out an exclusive penthouse for $67K per month, and she was rumored to be the only person to have stayed in the building at the time. Built the same year in 2016, the glamorous crib boasted 5 beds and 12 baths, first listed for sale at a massive $36.8 million before being lowered a few million. While Gaga never bought the place, she was living a luxury lifestyle the time she did rent it. The gigantic penthouse spans 11,000 square feet, bigger than her Malibu home, along with a bonus 2,000 square feet of outdoor space. The kitchen here boasted double marble islands and double sinks, double wine fridges, and a lavish chandelier. Other features included 2 wet bars, an 8-seat movie theater, and a showroom-style garage on the first floor. The apartment also had an indoor pool, steam room, sauna, and gym. It's thought that Gaga stopped renting this luxury residence in 2018 after telling Vogue she left New York to remain in Malibu full-time. Although NYC might be a little too hectic for the mega famous star now, Lady Gaga probably always feels drawn to the city because it was her home and where she grew up.
All right, can you describe New York City in 3 adjectives?
Gritty, fun, and bright.
Alright, now we've taken a look at Lady Gaga's homes, including her main Malibu mansion she calls her Gypsy Palace, as well as the Hollywood home she sold, and her former New York rental. Out of those 3 properties, where would you most like to live? Her Malibu estate looks like paradise, not to mention its location on the water, so I'll just have to pick that spot. Be sure to let me know your thoughts on Gaga's homes down in the comments.
Number 5 on the list is Steve Harvey.
In 2020, it was reported that Steve Harvey purchased his current mega mansion located in Atlanta, Georgia for a whopping $15 million. While he and his family have lived in some lavish homes over the years, this one goes above and beyond. boasting opulent features like 17 acres of landscaped lawns, a 70,000-gallon infinity pool, an underground ballroom, and more. Steve won't be the first funny man to live here though, as the palace was formerly owned by none other than Tyler Perry, who let go of it in 2016. We'll check out Steve's homes, including this one and a couple of his former properties, so stay tuned. In these videos, we don't reveal any addresses, and even though I've done a house tour of my own place, please do not show up at any private residences because it's not safe for anyone. Steve Harvey is best known for being a comedian turned talk show host and self-help author, but that's not all he does. He's also a familiar face on TV, hosting series such as Family Feud, Celebrity Family Feud, the Miss Universe competition, and more. And he always brings the laughs wherever he goes. Considering he's been working consistently in the entertainment industry and he's also a savvy businessman, Harvey's amassed a net worth of about $200 million, and he loves to share his fortune with his large family. Hey guys, it's Kara the Vampire Slayer back with another exclusive house tour here on Famous Entertainment, and today we're looking at the mansions of Steve Harvey. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit me up on Instagram to chat. Now let's get into this video. In 2020, Steve shelled out $15 million for his current family mansion located in the elite Buckhead neighborhood of Atlanta, Georgia. The walls of this palace will never be short of a laugh, considering it was also once home to fellow comedian and actor Tyler Perry. Not to mention, both of these stars have rags to riches stories to tell, having both lived in their cars at some point before making it big. Well, this residence just shows the world you've made it. Perry officially offloaded the opulent home in 2016 for $17.5 million after it sat on the market with a price tag of $25 million for 2 years. Either way, the property made real estate news as the most expensive home sale in Atlanta history. So what makes this mansion so insane? Actually, the real question is, what doesn't? First of all, it sits on a whopping 17 acres of land with manicured grounds, while inside, the home covers 35,000 square feet of space. Once you get past the gates and up the hulking flight of stone stairs out front, the foyer is about as massive as they get, featuring twin curved staircases, soaring ceilings, a chandelier, columns, and polished marble floors. The mansion boasts 7 bedrooms and 9.5 baths, which can be expected from a property so large. And considering Steve has 7 kids, that extra space might come in handy, even though they don't all live at home anymore. Of course, the Harvey mansion boasts multiple formal living areas, including a huge formal living room with double height ceilings and full wall of windows, and another sprawling 2-level great room with wood beamed ceilings, plush lounge areas, more walls of windows and French doors, and stairs to an upper level loft. One of my favorite rooms is the stylish library, which follows a bold black and red color scheme, my favorite, with zebra accents and a winding iron staircase to a gallery level. Of course, there's also an epic kitchen decked out in wood, another study with a fireplace, a games room, and a cavernous entertainment lounge, which has a medieval castle look to it. Honestly, the spaces inside this mansion are never ending. In addition to all of that, Steve's French provincial-style main mansion boasts a state-of-the-art home theater, an indoor swimming pool, a wine cellar, and an underground ballroom with catering kitchen. All of that, and we haven't even seen the grounds. Among all of the perfect lawns and trimmed gardens out back, there's a 70,000-gallon infinity-edged pool and spa with water features, a lit tennis court, a fitness center, and a separate spa. The estate also has a guest house, a guardhouse, and additional caretaker suite, all protected with a top-notch security system. And in case of an emergency, Steve's property has a backup generator that can power the entire estate. Before Steve and his family moved into this estate, they still lived in Georgia, but in the area of Sandy Springs, also in Atlanta. He purchased this home back in 2010 for $3.4 million, and he and his wife enjoyed the family mansion for a handful of years. In fact, it's said that he still owns it to this day. This mansion spans 9,258 square feet of space, and while that's massive in size, it's only a fraction of Steve's new home. Inside, there are 6 beds, 8 baths, and a handful of other luxury rooms. Some features here included an upscale cigar cabinet because Steve loves his cigars, massive grill, mini golf course, and infinity pool with waterfall. It's also said that the home was full of gold-trimmed velvet furniture at one point and had a movie theater and full bar too. Finally, at one point, Steve's talk show was set up in Chicago, so the Windy City was where he used to spend his time. Around 2012 to 2013, Steve lived in a penthouse on the 88th floor of the Trump International Hotel and Tower in Chicago, Illinois, and it was quite the fancy apartment. It wasn't until 2018 that the place was sold, and when it was first listed, it was almost $10 million. Listing materials described the unit as the most glamorous half-floor penthouse suite with panoramic views, 16-foot ceilings, 3 fireplaces, and much more. Some claim that Steve purchased the penthouse, while other sources report he was renting for a massive $25K per month. Either way, his condo with the Trumps spanned 5,500 square feet of living space with 3 beds and 5.5 baths. The upscale state-of-the-art kitchen had designer name appliances from Wolf to Sub-Zero and more, along with a butler's pantry, and that in combination with the living areas made this place ideal for entertaining. Steve's penthouse also had a luxurious master bed and bath, large walk-in closets throughout, and a separate jacuzzi room. The 5-star hotel amenities residents had access to included the spa at the Trump, a 75-foot heated swimming pool, room service, state-of-the-art fitness center, and indoor parking. Not to mention, the penthouses all had perfect views of the Chicago River or the city. Alright, so now we've looked at Steve Harvey's homes, including his current and new Buckhead mega mansion, which once belonged to Tyler Perry. Since that 35,000 square foot palace blows any other home out of the water, I'll just ask, what was your favorite room in the massive home? I think I like the medieval style entertainment room in that area of the home with the old world hallway and the matching indoor pool. Let me know your pick down in the comments. Harvey's other homes include that Sandy Springs home we looked at, also in Atlanta, and a 6,500 square foot mansion in Little Elm, Texas, which he currently has for sale at nearly $1.1 million. Be sure to let me know your thoughts on Steve Harvey's homes down below.
Number 6 on the list is Chris Rock.
My house cost millions of dollars. Don't hate the player, hate the game.
Comedian Chris Rock has long been entertaining his fans from his early days at Saturday Night Live to more current times with his Netflix stand-up specials. Chris comes across as pretty low-key, and part of that probably has to do with the fact he doesn't live in Hollywood, but he does have a pretty impressive estate in Alpine, New Jersey, the most expensive neighborhood in the state to boot. In this video, we'll look at where the funny man calls home, and we even found some of the listings.
What are we waiting for? Action!
Chris Rock is a comedian, actor, writer, producer, and director.
I think George Lucas gonna sue somebody.
Although he worked as a stand-up comedian and appeared in small film roles prior, he rose to prominence on Saturday Night Live in the early 90s when he was a cast member. In the 2000s, Chris then moved on to starring film roles and kept going with his stand-up, even being voted one of the top 5 greatest stand-ups by Comedy Central.
Stand-up's the only art form that once you get big at it, you're encouraged not to do it anymore.
He's had a series of acclaimed specials on HBO and more recently has some for Netflix, and of course developed, wrote, and narrated the sitcom Everybody Hates Chris, which was based on his early life. In his early life, the comedian grew up mostly in Brooklyn, New York. It makes sense then that Chris long owned a gorgeous carriage house in the same city, living there during the SNL days, which of course we'll also be taking a look at soon. At the time of this recording, Chris's net worth is at an estimated $100 million or more, which may be a lot higher than you'd think. But considering even recently the comic took home a whopping $40 million for 2 Netflix specials alone, I'm not surprised. Hey guys, it's Karen. Today we're doing another house tour here on Famous Entertainment. Although Chris Rock is pretty private with his main house in Alpine, today we'll be taking a look at where the comedian calls home. I'll be giving you the details on his main New Jersey mansion, or what I know about it anyways, his Brooklyn carriage house, and more. If you like these videos, make sure you're subscribed and ring that bell to be notified when we post so you can always be up to date. Follow me on Instagram to chat, and as usual, let me know whose house tour is next in those comments down below. Now let's get into this video. Like I mentioned, Chris long owned a home in Brooklyn, New York in the Clinton Hill neighborhood, an artsy family area with A-list residents such as Susan Sarandon and Mos Def. He bought the place back in 1994 when he was newly famous and starring in Saturday Night Live. Property records from the time don't disclose how much Mr. Rock paid for the house while his success was on the rise, though he did take out 2 mortgages in the 90s for about $300K each. He has long rented out the property for various rates ranging from around $8,000 to $15,000 per month, according to records dating back to 2009. In 2017, it finally hit the market for sale. The 3-story carriage house was built back in 1901 at the turn of the 20th century, and although it holds on to many of the original details, like wood beams and the exposed brick, it's been updated for the modern resident. Unlike many New York City residences, this one has plenty of space, spanning 4,480 square feet with 3 beds and 2.5 baths. Chris's Brooklyn house was 20 feet wide, and the layout was super airy and flexible, offering dramatic, high ceilings and open spaces. Some of the other period details in the grand house that were left alone include the steep mansard roof and the metalwork. The loft-like living and dining room is enormous and flows into the modern kitchen with a breakfast bar and additional eating and sitting areas. The 20-foot ceilings are prominent through most of the home and many windows to let in natural light, some of which are gorgeous detailed stained glass. The master suite that Chris would have occupied here was massive with 23-foot ceilings complete with skylights and separate seating area, not to mention a beautiful ensuite bathroom with double vanities and huge walk-in closet. The house has not 1 but 2 attached outdoor spaces. There's a garden with built-in barbecue you can access from a few of the rooms thanks to glass doors, as well as a rooftop deck, making the home quite the urban oasis. Additional amenities as per the listing include the basics like a full laundry room, central AC, tons of closet and storage space, as well as a private 2-car parking garage, which isn't so basic in terms of New York City. It's actually quite rare. Although Chris's gorgeous turn-of-the-century modernized carriage house served him quite well over the years and gave him some extra income while he rented it, he ended up selling it for $3.35 million. Now let's see where Chris calls home in New Jersey. Chris has been living at his current home for quite some time now. According to property records, he bought this mansion for $3 million back in 2001. We even found those property records, and that's how I know his mega estate is in, or right past, the posh Timberline estates where other celebs live as well, including the likes of Little Kim. And clearly, I'm not the only one who knows Mr. Rock still lives here. A couple years back, his address was exposed by a realtor on their celebrity trick-or-treat list. I mean, what kid wouldn't want to go to the wealthiest homes for Halloween? Anyways, those records show that this home was purchased by Chris and Malak Rock, which of course is the comic's ex-wife and mother of his children. So there's your proof. Unfortunately, the pair is now divorced, and this became a no turning point in Chris's life that he later regretted. He's spoken about his infidelities and the importance of caring in a marriage in his alimony tour. After 18 years of what was called a pretty good marriage, Chris and Malak finally signed divorce papers and called it quits. He opened up about bad things he has done in his marriage and admitted he was wrong, stating, "Your significant other, if they really love you, has a high opinion of you, and you let them down."
I got divorced and lost all my money.
Either way, it still seems Chris lives in this mega mansion. Located in Alpine, New Jersey, the comedian lives in the most expensive and luxury neighborhood in the States. But what else would you expect from a celeb? Sadly, not much is known about this mega mansion or the interior anyways, but let's see what we do know. Chris's New Jersey property covers 2 acres and was built in 1999. Online sources state that his home is the second on the street, on the left, and has a pink hued exterior with several peaked roof lines and 2 turrets. Inside, Chris's mansion spans around 13,000 square feet of living space with 4 beds and 4 baths. From aerial views, we can see the large in-ground swimming pool and the wraparound driveway. Of course, the estate is completely gated as well. Of the many luxurious features that I'm sure exist in Chris's home, one website says that he has 7 fireplaces throughout, as well as an arcade, but I've yet to see it for myself. Next up, I'm gonna call this one a bonus house because truth is, I'm not 100% sure Chris owns it. When you do a Google search of Chris Rock's homes, a photo that kept coming up and link was for this gorgeous place in Malibu. A couple websites said Mr. Rock did own this home, but like I said, I'm not sure. Most celebrities do like keeping a home on the West Coast or close to Hollywood, so I wouldn't be surprised. Not to mention, Chris has been spotted in Malibu often with fellow funny man Adam Sandler before. According to the listing, this Malibu home is a private oasis. It was last sold in 2017 for $9.5 mil, so hey, maybe it was Chris who bought it, because from my memory, that's the same year he sold his Brooklyn place. Anyways, the house spans over 8,300 square feet with 5 beds and 5 baths, and sits on about 1.5 acres of land. The Malibu home was custom designed and is perched behind gates on a very private road for ultimate security. The common spaces have wooden ceilings and floors, as well as fireplaces and many floor-to-ceiling doors and windows with access to the outside patios. The property has a very tropical vibe and has also been described as Balinese style. There's a massive gourmet kitchen and dining area with commercial-grade appliances and more than one living room or family room nearby. Other features include a large screening room, home gym, and a beautiful master suite with 2 large walk-in closets. Not to mention there's an additional guest house that overlooks the huge pool and lounging deck and the 3-car garage. This Malibu house has a great indoor-outdoor feel to it and looks perfect for entertaining. Like I said, I'm not sure if Kris owns the home or it's just a rumor, but whoever is lucky enough to occupy this Malibu estate also has access to a private beach area with a beach key. If you guys happen to know whether or not this Malibu property belongs to Kris, let me know in the comments. So now we've taken a look at Kris Rock and where he calls home, including what we know about his current estate in Alpine, New Jersey, his Brooklyn carriage house, and the Malibu home that may or may not be his. Which one was your fave? I personally like the Brooklyn one. I mean, you had me at turn of the century and built in 1901. Not to mention the stained glass windows. Anyways, be sure to let me know what you thought about Kris's homes in those comments down below.
Number 7 on the list is Billi Elish.
If you watch this channel, the home we're about to show you might look familiar. This Glendale estate once belonged to singer Leona Lewis. It's been revealed that she sold it to none other than Billi Elish. While Billi is a global superstar with a massive fortune already, she's long enjoyed living a quiet life in her modest LA family home with her parents. Now, we've discovered that Billi secretly dropped $2.3 million on this stunning yet modest Glendale ranch abode, and today we're gonna take a look. In these videos, we don't reveal any addresses, and even though I've done a house tour of my own place, please do not show up at any private residences because it's not safe for anyone. Billi Elish is a singer and songwriter who gained attention in 2015 with her single Ocean Eyes. The tune was written and produced by her brother Phineas, with whom Billi often collabs on music and shows. From there, her fame skyrocketed with plenty of chart-topping hits. She may still be a teenager, but it's widely reported that Billi's net worth is around $30 million already. Despite her well-known affinity for living at her humble childhood home, on her latest album, the LA native reveals that she, quote, bought a secret house when I was 17 in the lyric. And apparently this is a very true fact. Hey guys, it's Kara the Vampire Slayer back with another exclusive house tour here on Famous Entertainment, this time looking at where Billi Elish calls home. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit me up on Instagram to chat. Now let's get into this video. Billi is well known for enjoying a quiet life alongside her family, and we'll look at her humble childhood home in just a moment. So it may come as a surprise to find that the teen star does in fact own at least one home of her very own in Los Angeles. She just kept it on the down low. However, considering her older brother Phineas already owns 3 expensive LA area homes, it shouldn't be too shocking that Billi has an eye for real estate too. On Billi's recent Happier Than Ever studio album, she says on the 13th track NDA that she bought a secret house when I was 17. While records and clues prove that fact is true, and the star quietly purchased the home in 2019 for about $2.3 million. It seems that Billi snagged a peaceful equestrian estate in the suburban town of Glendale, California, only about a 10-minute drive from her home neighborhood of Highland Park. These days, Glendale is known for being home to a delicious chain of bakeries and the Glendale Galleria, which is a huge mall that Billi filmed her Therefore I Am music video. Not to mention, there are at least 800 horse-zoned properties in Glendale, just like her new home, offering a countryside lifestyle right near central LA. Anyway, if the home looks familiar, you may have seen it on this channel before. Billi bought it off another music star, X Factor winner Leona Lewis, and the deal closed way back in October 2019 when Billi was only 17 years old. That's more than I was doing at 17. The estate is zoned for horses and boasts its own 4-stall stables, tack room, feed room, and arena. And any fans of Billi would know that horses and equestrian riding are 2 of her favorite things in the world. The property is extra private and well hidden on a quiet, unassuming street, also behind massive 10-foot gates and a hedge that's even taller. If that's not enough for the low-key star, there's also a foolproof security system protecting the property, even some brick columns with lion sculptures on the top. Once you get past the gates of Billi's home, the single-level abode offers up 2,100 square feet of space inside, with 3 beds and 3 baths. While the home was built in 1952, it's been updated immensely and offers open living spaces full of natural light. A cozy casual living room boasts a fireplace, mounted TV above, as well as plush furnishings and a swing-style chair. There's also a full wall of glass that opens up to the yard. Also in the main house, there are hardwood floors throughout, as well as a sunroom with more full walls of retractable glass out to the pool, creating an indoor-outdoor lifestyle within the home. The kitchen here has been somewhat updated and is complete with stainless steel appliances, white shaker cabinets, and nearby there's a sunny dining nook. The master suite offers more poolside glass sliders as well as an easily accessible attached ensuite bath. The luxury bath boasts a huge walk-in glass shower, double vanities, and yet another small door to access outside. Leona Lewis bought the abode in 2013 and put a ton of work into upgrading the amenities while she was there. This included remodeling the stunning swimming pool with built-in sunken spa as well as a Baja sun deck. The resort-style pool further has a built-in sunken conversation pit, which is shaded, allowing for the ideal relaxation vibe. I see a goat in one of the listing photos, which makes sense because aside from the main house, the 0.72-acre property boasts a goat pen and paddock, and elsewhere, a horsekeeper's apartment and a separate guest house. While Billi may have her own house, she has revealed that she prefers sleeping in her childhood bedroom many nights. Not only does the star get along with her parents really well, she also claims to get freaked out by the dark and the fact that she has a lot of stalkers. Well, Billi's longtime family home where she grew up is located in the Highland Park area of Los Angeles. Her family is musically inclined, so it should come as no surprise that the house boasts 3 pianos throughout, even though it's on the smaller side. The residence was built in 1912, and records show Billi's parents purchased it way back in 2001 for the modest price of $240K. These days, it's valued at about $760K. Her modest abode is a single-level bungalow spanning 1,208 square feet of space with 2 beds and 1 bath. Of course, it's also comprised of the basics, a kitchen, a hallway, and all of the other fixings a single-family home should come with. Billi has given a tour of the home on TV in the past, but never has taken cameras into her bedroom. She did reveal it's very red, and it's also where she keeps her pet tarantula. Her brother Phineas revealed that their parents were kind enough to let the siblings have the bedrooms while they slept on a futon in the living room. While giving a tour of the house, Billi revealed that her debut album, Where Do We Go When We Fall Asleep, was recorded in her brother's makeshift studio in his bedroom. One of the walls here boasts the original list of tracks to her debut album written on them. Every nook and corner of this house is filled with nostalgia and music, which seems like the very reason Billi still likes staying in her childhood home. Alright, so I think that wraps up our Billi Eilish house tour. We got to see the secret horse ranch home Billi bought when she was 17, as well as her beloved and modest family home in Highland Park. What are your thoughts on all of that? Could you believe someone as rich and famous as Billi would still love to live at home with her family, especially in a house that small? And what did you like best about her Glendale property? Be sure to let me know your thoughts on Billi's homes down in the comments.